Hello, it is Tuesday, July 9th, 2024. I'm Chris Remo, and welcome back to the New York Times Crossword Daily Solve. It's a Tuesday crossword, so we're going to be solving a fairly approachable early week themed puzzle today. And I'll be solving it in the normal fashion, not in a speed solving fashion like yesterday. And today's edition of the Daily Solve has been brought to us by Casey Brandt, Michael, and, as always, the indomitable Schulmaster and the incorrigible Sheeler Beeler. Thank you so much to the four of them, benefactors of the Daily Solve Patreon campaign, for their generous support, bringing us this channel, making it a sustainable part of my daily work. For that, I'm very grateful. Thanks to those four, and thanks to everybody who supports the channel on Patreon. If you'd like to do so yourself, you can find the link in the description field underneath the video, or go straight to patreon.com/dailysolve, where you'll find the bonus videos available to patrons, as well as, for benefactors, the official Let's Check the Crosses mug. Thank you so much to everybody who does support the channel at any level via the Patreon. Thanks as well if you subscribe on YouTube, which is a big help. And there's also that Daily Solve Discord chat server you can join. Nice friendly chat community linked in the description field. All right, let's get on to today's crossword by Gary Larson and Amy Enns. Gary Larson has constructed a good handful of puzzles for the New York Times, and Amy Enns, I believe, a debut constructor. So welcome to her. It was edited, once again, by Joel Faliano. It's a Tuesday crossword. It will have a theme. Let's find out what it is, and let's start solving. Average grade for a 3.3 GPA. Right. Is that a B+, probably? I think a straight B would be a 3, and a 3.3 is a B+, I think, maybe. I'm not 100% certain, but let's look this up. Nickname for George Herman Ruth. Oh, that must be Babe Ruth. Okay, I didn't know his birth name, but there we have it. Famous baseball player. Busy season for limo drivers. Season in quotation marks, indicating maybe a bit of a punny cast to this. I don't know why I can't see what that is. What season? I don't know. Weaving machine. A loom is a machine used for weaving. Straightforward enough. Many a role in Jarhead. This was I don't think I've seen it, but it was I think a contemporary war film. U.S. soldier, maybe? No. U.S. Marine? Like, maybe? Let's look at this and see if that works. Thrice repeated words in one of Gertrude Stein's truisms. Oh, a rose is a rose is a rose. That'll be it. Yep, there we go. Okay, what you see is what you get. Straightforward enough. And this is probably a theme clue. Sting operation at a senior center. I don't know. Busy season. Oh, prom season. It must be prom, U.S. high school dances. That'll be what it is. So people get there in a limo. There we go. Okay. So Stone of Poor Things, that's Emma Stone in the film Poor Things. Is this Boomerang? What is this? Oh, no. Oh, it's going to be Boomer, I see, because seniors is referring to people of the baby boom generation, presumably. Sting operation at a senior center. Boomer. Bust? Oh, yeah, it is. It's a bust, like a sting in the sense of a drug bust. Police raid, a sting. And it's playing on the phrase boom and bust, dealing with sort of the vicissitudes of the economy. You have boom and bust cycles. Okay, that'll be it. Boom or bust. I'm sure that's the answer. Let's look at the end. I don't yet know what that means for the rest of the theme clues, but we'll find out soon enough. One of two for the 10 Commandments. Well, they were said to have been inscribed on 2 stone tablets. So there we have it. Office sub, a temp, a temporary worker. And if one blew one's top, one got very angry, one erupted, lost one's temper. Blank America, Miss America is a beauty pageant. And a unit of butter would be a pat of butter, a small bit of butter. Diva's delivery, so you could have an aria in an opera, a featured singer, sing an aria. Mountain range along much of the France-Italy border would be the Alps, of course. And impulsive is, if you're impulsive, you're rash. You're acting maybe without fully thinking something through. Button on the back of many appliances. They might have a reset button to return them to sort of factory settings. breakfast brand with a thick and fluffy variety. If I had to guess, which I am going to right now, it would be Eggo, which is a frozen waffle brand. That seems very plausible to me that they would have that. Mission for an F-16. That's a fighter jet. Oh, it's a fighter flight. Yes. Okay. So I guess this isn't boom and bust. It's boom or bust is what this is playing on, because also here we have the phrase fight or flight referring to an instinctive response to a difficult situation. And we're turning it into the phrase fight or flight, a flight for a jet fighter. There we go. Okay, so we're taking common phrases with or, and we're turning them into punny descriptions of higher quality. Something of higher quality could be finer. And a circular gasket, an O-ring probably. O, obviously representing something circular. Count, played by Jim Carrey in Lemony Snicket's A Series of Unfortunate Events. I have not seen that. I am not sure. Let's look at this. What the first call to a receptionist might come in on. Line 1 in sort of classic, business extension sort of setups. You have a phone tree or whatever that's called. Could be Olaf or Olav, maybe. Base card in solitaire. Ace, right? So if you're playing solitaire, the card game, you'd start building your stacks of cards with an ace on the bottom. And Puerto Rico is, there we go, the country in question. Count, played by Jim Carrey. Still don't know. Could be either one of those. Powdered wigs, petticoats, etc. Okay, right. So which do I think is more likely here? I actually don't have a guess off the top of my head. That's annoying. Hairstylist's foam. Well, it won't be hair gel because, well, that doesn't fit, but also we're not going to repeat hair from the clue. Pomade, maybe? I don't know. Right-angled bend, an L, representing the letter, the 90-degree angled letter is probably what that is going to be. Jock's counterpart, so in I guess sort of U.S. high school settings, and especially in filmed representations of that setting, you often have people divided into jocks and nerds. So people who play lots of sports and people who are dorks. Prey for a mountain lion could be first thing came to mind is emu, but that's not going to be the right environment. Let's see. Well, maybe. I don't know. Actually, maybe there are places. Christmas movie. No, it's not. Because Christmas movie starring Will Ferrell would be Elf, which somehow, amazingly, I actually haven't seen that either. But I know that that is a very beloved film. Prey for a mountain lion. What is it? How do I not see what this is? I don't know. Body of water north of Siberia. The Aral Sea? Oh, no, north of Siberia. The Aral Sea is definitely not north of Siberia. I can't think offhand. I don't know. Sorry about that. Doomed from the start for short. DOA, dead on arrival, probably. I think that'll be what that is. Go bad. If for food to go bad, it would rot. There we go. And the high bar at the circus. The trapeze would be the swinging bar from which acrobats will do impressive stunts. Way, way off. If something's way, way off, it's afar. Your intention is your aim. It's the thing you intend to do. And shop till you drop goes the phrase. Uniting idea. I'm not sure offhand. Vietnamese sandwich, a banh mi. There we go, a delicious sandwich variety. Big shindig, a bash, a sort of big party, I would think. Kind of sax, an alto sax, that would be one musical range, a saxophone that plays within that particular range. English playwright Coward, Noel Coward, so playwright. and, or was a playwright, common ingredient in after sun gel. Aloe, there we go, the official medicinal plant of the New York Times crossword, the aloe, it's back. And to hold back the tide, to stem the tide, as King Canute is, I think, inaccurately purported to have attempted to do. I don't think there's any historical evidence that he attempted to do that. Uniting idea is a theme. There we go. That's perfectly correct. And a bad thing to be in poker, or good thing to be in golf, is a hole. So yeah, it's a good thing to get the ball in the hole in golf, but in poker, it's bad to be in the hole. Does that mean just sort of down bet-wise, sort of monetarily? I'm not sure if that has a more specific meaning. But there we go. Certainly is the answer. Is there anything else we haven't seen here? I don't think. I think we read all of those by this point. Like a newbie, you're green, you're new, you're inexperienced. State of confusion, you could be in a bit of a haze in a state of confusion. After that would be simply then, it happened after that, it happened then. And go team is raw, it's a cheer. To tidy one's feathers, so a bird might preen, it might tidy its own feathers and sort of get itself tidy. Capital of Samoa is Apia. And like Stephen King and Isaac Asimov. Prolific? Yeah, okay. I mean, Stephen King is certainly prolific. He's written an unbelievably high number of books, and I suppose that must be true of Isaac Asimov as well. Okay, powdered wigs, petticoats, etc. Something fiction? I don't know why I can't see what this is. Sorry about that. Let's look at this. Jekyll's counterpart. So this is referring to the character Dr. Jekyll, who transforms himself into Mr. Hyde in the Robert Louis Stevenson book through a potion that he creates. Oh, it's something fashion. It's form or fashion. That's very clever. So this is playing on the phrase form or fashion, referring to kind of functionality versus aesthetics. But it's referring to, we're obviously punnily using that to get to former. So as in something older. These are old elements of fashion: powdered wigs, petticoats, etc. That's very clever. I like that one. Okay, what have we not seen? This. 3 sheets to the wind. So that's your sailing, rapidly. You're sailing as fast as sort of you can adjust the sails to allow you to do, I believe, because you're putting all three of your sails to pick up the wind. But I don't know what the answer is. Like some flushes and screw-ups, royal flush or royal screw-up. There we go. Okay, so royal flush, there we go, another poker reference. And House of blank, ruling family of the Mideast, House of Saud, as in Saudi Arabia, the royal family there. 3 sheets to the wind. Oh. I think this is actually not referring, it's obviously derived from the sailing term, but it's used to refer to someone who's drunk. You're 3 sheets to the wind, you're soused, you're completely, intoxicated. That'll be what it is. So the smallest bit is maybe a tad, just the smallest bit. Competitor of LIV golf. I don't know what that is. I have no idea what LIV golf is. Quarterback's interception. So here's another one of these phrases. So this is probably an R, because these all have an ER to replace an OR. Greek P is row. So there we go. Official language of India, Hindi. Ensemble of 8 is an octet. There we go. And something to go off on. You could go off on a rant. You could complain about something. SEP and Roth for 2. These are 2 examples of IRAs, individual retirement accounts in the U.S. These are tax-advantaged retirement accounts, investment accounts. And they're just 2 kinds. I don't remember what SEP stands for. Simple something. I don't know. I don't remember. Senate helper is an aide. and a narrow opening is a slit. Quarterback's interception is passer fail. There we go, because a quarterback will throw a pass, presumably. Hope I didn't just say something stupid. I think that's close enough to right to be reasonable. And it's obviously playing on the idea of a pass or fail test or class or something like that. Okay, margarita garnish. You would garnish the glass with salt in a margarita. And competitor, is it PGA? That was my first thought, but I don't really know what it means. Is LIV Golf another sort of golf league or something? I don't know. Delight. Yeah, it must be, because delight is glee, happiness and excitement. There we go. So, body of water north of Siberia. Must be the Kara Sea. Okay, I wish I would have recognized that immediately. Pray for a mountain lion. Oh, an elk. Yes. Okay. I don't know why that's much stranger that I didn't think of that earlier. Pray for a mountain lion, elk. Yeah. Okay. I just couldn't think of it at all. Worn, maybe. If something's worn, maybe it's old. It's sort of threadbare. Hairstylist's foam is, it's mousse, right. Another very straightforward one. Capital South Korea is Seoul, of course. And long things for a long shot. A lens? No, things would have to be lenses. Long things for a long shot. What does that mean? I don't know. I'm not sure what that is. Worm's habitat. Silt? I don't know. I don't think that's right. Small. Oh, no, it could be soil. Dirt. I don't know why silt came to mind before soil, but there we go. Long things for a long shot. Still not seeing that. Altar avowals. I do. You avow, you give your vows at an altar during a wedding ceremony. You say, I do. Instrument for Orpheus is the lyre from Greek myth. It's the instrument with which he's associated. And small whirlpool is an eddy. There we go. And reason to say PU would be a terrible odor. So what was this? Oh, long odds. Long things for a long shot. I see. It's a long shot because it has very poor odds. They're long odds. They're unlikely. And there we go. That was the Tuesday crossword. There we have it. We had our, I think our unrevealed theme here. Yes, we did. We just had 4 examples of the theme. We had to get to it ourselves. So here is a Tuesday crossword where we did actually, you don't necessarily need to think about it with respect to what the theme itself means, but you probably would, because you have to figure out each of these puns for each of these clues. You can't just sort of solve them in a default manner. You need to think about them in a punny way. So the sting operation at a senior center is a boomer bust. The mission for an F-16 is a fighter flight. Powdered wigs, petticoats, etc. are examples of former fashion. And finally, quarterback's interception would be a passer fail. And those, of course, play on the phrases boom or bust, fight or flight, form or fashion, and pass or fail. It's a very nice theme to play on just a very common phrase formation in the English language. And it worked very well, I thought. Let me know how long it took you to catch on to this one. This is absolutely the kind of theme where before doing these videos, when I just solved the puzzle as quickly as I could each day, this is the kind of theme I probably would have gone through and maybe not noticed, because I would have read this, said, I don't know what it's asking me for here, and just solved it with crosses. And I very well could have gotten through the whole puzzle without noticing it was a theme. Or I might have solved 1 or 2 of these individually, but not considered them as a broader theme. I think I've mentioned this before, but I didn't even know when I started doing these videos that for the most part, every crossword from Sunday to Thursday had a theme. Didn't know that. Didn't know Friday and Saturday were the official themeless days. Yeah, this is the kind of thing I very well would have skated right over. But there we go. That was the Tuesday crossword. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll be back tomorrow for the Wednesday edition of the New York Times crossword. Hope you join me for that. Midweek, mid-difficulty themed crossword. So do join me for that puzzle. But until then, please do have an excellent remainder of your Tuesday. Take care.